Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. It is Memorial Day, so one happy Memorial Day is the day off. But also, just remember what today is all about, the men and women from the service who are protecting this country and have lost their lives. So just keep that in mind today as you're celebrating today and the day off. But we had some baseball today. It was a good game, but not a good result for the Minnesota Twins as they lose to the Tigers 7-5. The Twins are now 29-20 on the year. They're still in first place in the AL Central, but they are not playing great baseball. And honestly, this last week, going back to like last Wednesday, I think. So, the last 5 or 6 days, they have just been playing some of the most interesting, most inconsistent, maybe most average, mediocre, not great. I don't know what the real word would be to describe it. It hasn't been good. It hasn't been what we've seen in the past, is what I should say. And we're going to talk about it here. So I want to know what your thoughts were on the game. Yeah, just a disappointing game, I think, by the Twins. Pitching-wise, hitting-wise, and in the field. It was just not... There was no part of this game that really felt good by the Twins. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to start with the pitching because Dylan Bundy is not our guy. I don't think he's our guy. He has not impressed me in the last 4 or 5 starts. I believe he was on the injured list for a little while. I can't remember if that was COVID-related or if it was actually an injury. But really, you go back to the start against Tampa Bay. I can't remember when that was. It was about a month ago. And he gave up 4 runs in the first, 8 pitches of the game. And they lost that game. It was kind of during the run when they were playing Baltimore, too, where they had won 5 or 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row. They were really on a hot stretch, and then they ran into that game with Bundy, and he kind of fell apart. And that's kind of been, his, top. That's where he fell apart and has not gotten back to that standard. He threw 6 innings today, which is good, but he gave up 4 runs and 9 hits, only struck out 3, and that's just, that's not great. That is probably the most average pitcher line, maybe a run or 2 more than the Twins would like to give up, but it's just not, it's not dominating. It's not like Sonny Gray has been, even Chris Archer only going 4 innings, but he doesn't give up 4 runs. Now, if he stayed out there for a couple more innings, maybe he would give up 4 runs, but Bundy is just not that guy. He's not that guy. Joe Smith has not been that guy in the last 2 or 3 outings that he's had as well. Only got 2 outs today, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. McGill gave up 1 run on a hit as well. So, you look at this, none of these guys are bad by any means, but none of them have been great either. None of the pitching performances we've seen lately, outside of Sonny Gray, have been anything spectacular. And really, if you're throwing out your pitchers every day, and they're only getting 5, 6 innings, but they're giving up a ton of runs, 1, that's a lot of pressure on your bullpen who can't perform every single day. And 2, you're continuously relying on other people. Not good. You have to rely on your bats. Not good. And that's just what the Twins have been doing lately. And I don't like it, frankly. I don't like it. But hitting has been even worse. Hitting has been more inconsistent. When you're scoring double-digit hits I think the last 3 games, I don't want to go through it because that's just too much time, but they had 10 hits today. I think they had double-digit hits yesterday in their win over Kansas City. Yep, they had 11. If you go back one more game, the game they lost 7-3 against Kansas City, they also had 11 hits. So that just tells you right there, hitting is not the problem, but it's the consistency of the hitting and the opportunities that they are getting, they're not capitalizing on. So Arise, 1 for 4 today. The team really moves through him, I think. The team really moves through him, and when he doesn't get on base 3 or 4 times a game, they lose. And he can't do that every time. You can't rely on him every time. He did get on base twice today, 1 for 4, though, with a walk. Garlick, 0 for 5. He literally, in the last 2 games now, that the Twins have lost, he has hit the ball to the warning track almost with a game winning, or no, both of them would have been game tying, including today, to the deep part of right field in Detroit. Garlick went 0 for 5, and that's just a struggle. Mentally for him, I'm sure, to be hitting the ball well, but just getting out at the warning track. Polanco 1 for 4. So there's your top 3 guys who went a combined 2 for 13 today, leaving 4 guys on base out of those 3 spots. Sanchez went deep today, went 2 for 4 with 2 runs, also had an RBI on his home run. That was quite a shot, 96-mile-an-hour fastball right down the heart of the plate. He just crushed. So good for Sanchez. I think that was his 5th home run of the season. Yes, it was. Larnach 0 for 3, did draw a walk, but 0 for 3. He's been somewhat inconsistent lately. He's gotten a good game. I think he had 2 home runs in the last couple of games, but also has gone 0 for 4, 0 for 5. So inconsistency there. He's still batting 300, which is crazy, but a little inconsistent. Like to see him do a little bit better, and I don't think the 4, 5, 6 spot for him. Honestly, he's got to be in the 7 or 8, in my opinion. Just I don't love Miranda down there. I'd rather have Urshela up higher in the lineup, but that's just me. I just don't think Larnach's that guy yet. 0 for 3, but Urshela, this is the guy who we should have in the 5 spot, or whatever, up higher in the lineup. He went 3 for 4 today. I think he also had a home run too. Yeah, he did. A home run for Urshela, 3 for 4, 1 RBI, and 2 runs. He's been great on the team. He almost made a fantastic play in the field as well, but Miranda couldn't hold on to the ball at first base. It was quite a stretch for him, but that would have been a sick play. Gordon 1 for 4, got things started in the 9th inning, but just couldn't have anything happen because of it. Jeffers 0 for 3, Buxton struck out on a bad curveball in the 9th. Yeah, that stinks. But also, if you notice what I said, Buxton only got 1 at-bat. Correa got no at-bats. Lewis is obviously hurt. So Lewis got called back up, if you didn't know that, Twins fans, and then he got hurt because he's not a center fielder. Whatever. So yeah, you're not going to win a ton of games like this, even against the Tigers. The Twins were 15-5 in their 21-game stretch coming into this last series against bad opponents. Part of that 21 games, they were 11-5. Sorry, 11-5 in those games, and that's fine. That's good. But remember what I said: they need to win 15 or 16 of these games. They have to win out to meet that requirement. Now, I think they can. The Tigers are not a great team. They had a bad break today. The Twins did. So I think they can still win the next couple of games, but I just, 15 to 16 games, I thought that would be the low end. I really thought they'd win 18 games, then, go 18-3 or 18-4. And to be 11-6 now, it's still, that 666 mark, 667, 600 baseball, which is great. That's what you need, but you're playing bad teams. You're going to be playing a lot of better teams, the Yankees, the Rays, the Blue Jays in the next couple of weeks. You're probably going to split them if you're lucky. So not a great game by the Twins. Like I said, there were a couple of errors. Garlick missed a ball in left field as well. Went over the fence. Probably should have had a home run robbed there. I mean, you can't blame him for that, but definitely looked like he had it the entire way. A couple of errors in the field. Miranda went out for a ball that probably he shouldn't have when they were shifted, and it looked like it would have gone right into the glove of Arise, and Miranda could have covered first, but Miranda fielded the ball, threw it to the pitcher, and it was an error, run scored. So that just tells you what you need to know about this game, is that the Twins had opportunities, hitting, getting out of innings, fielding, making some nice plays in the field, and they just didn't today. They let 6 guys on base, which isn't too bad, but 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, which means 1, they went 0 for 4. They didn't score anybody in scoring position. But 2, they didn't have many opportunities to score with runners in scoring position. So you got to look at it both ways. Just not a great game. When they're hitting 3 home runs, great. 4 of their 5 runs came off the home run ball today. So you got to be happy with that, but also at the same time, that's not the game the Twins are playing anymore. They're hitting a lot more doubles. They're getting small ball involved, and today was just not that day. Yeah, they scored 5 runs. You win a lot of games when you score 5 runs, but against a bad Detroit lineup who they have 5 players on their team that are batting under 200, and you give up 7 runs just because of a couple errors, a home run ball here and there. That's what the problem is. So not a good game by the Twins today. Hopefully they can bounce back tomorrow. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts were on the game. I would should I start rating these games? I would rate this like a 4 out of 10 by the Twins, performance-wise. Just not great. Yeah, they hit some home runs, and I think that gets you to the 4, but the errors and the not great pitching kind of brings it down. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the game, and we will see you tomorrow. Once again, happy Memorial Day. Double header tomorrow, so should be fun. But thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.